Well, we're getting closer to the release of NRL 2025 Elite. And look, there has been issues over the years with lots of mistakes, but TLA or TGI have done a fantastic job over the last 14 years producing these cards. And this, hopefully they can go out with a bang. Their license concludes with the NRL on the 31st of October, meaning that they will not continue with this product, which is sad. This video, I'm going to predict everything that will come out in 2025 NRL Elite. Starting off with a bang, the league sensations. I'm going to go with Will Penisini for the Parramatta Eels. For the Raiders, Tom Starling. He's recently re-signed, having a great year. Knights, Jack Cogger is going to be my league sensation pick. Manly, Jason Saab, I reckon he can get himself the league sensation card. Storm, I'm going to go with Tyron Wishart. I think there are some better names there, but Tyron Wishart has really established himself at the Storm. For the Titans, I'm going to go with Philip Sami. For the Dragons, I'm going to go with Jack de Belin. Definitely getting closer and closer to the NRL end of his career, and I think it's been about 8 years since he had a signature card. For the Penrith Panthers, I'm going to go with Moses Leota. I sort of wanted to go with Nathan Cleary, but I think the whole dual auto takes away from having too much Nathan Cleary product. I can see them going down that path though. For the Bulldogs, I'm going to go with Josh Curran. I think Josh Curran is a good choice for the league sensation. For the Warriors, I've gone with Kurt Capewell. For the Tigers, I've gone with Charlie Staines. I think Luai had one fairly recently, so I don't see them going straight to a Luai for the Tigers there. For the Rabbitohs, I know he's been injured for the last couple years, but I'm going to go with Cameron Murray. I think they want to go out with a bang, and they want to get Cameron Murray to get some autos. For the Cronulla Sharks, I'm going with Oregon Kaufusi. I think he's established himself in the front row really nicely there and become a very big part of that team. For the Broncos, I've gone with Jesse Arthurs. He's played both wing, centre, fullback. So, yeah, for me, Jesse Arthurs is my pick. For the Cowboys, I've gone with Ruben Cotter. Now, I believe Ruben Cotter did have a signature in the Traders, but I think it was about 3 years ago now. So, I think it's time they build him into a league sensation after starting his Origin career. For the Dolphins, I'm going with Jermaine Asako. Lots of potential names you could go here, but I felt they go for a big sort of veteran player, and that's why I'm going with Jermaine Asako. And for the first time in a long time, his signature, I'm going to go with James Tedesco to get the league sensation for the Sydney Roosters, because I truly believe with this licensing coming to an end that they will want to go out with a bang. Some of these players aren't the biggest names in the world. However, I think these are all pretty good signatures if you are a team collector. Moving into the young guns for the Eels, I'm going to go with Riley Smith. I know there's really good players here like Isaiah Iongi, potentially Jack Williams as well, but I'm going to go with Riley Smith. I think he's really set himself alive with the Parramatta Eels early on. For the Raiders, I'm going to go with Morgan Smithies. I think he's in his second year now and becoming just a great player. Just needs to bag himself a try. For the Newcastle Knights, I've gone with Thomas Cant as my pick for the young gun signature. I've gone Manly Tolatau Cooler. I can see this one sort of happening. For the Storm, it was a hard one, but I've gone with Joe Chan to get the young gun. For the Gold Coast Titans, I've gone with Tony Francis. Quite often, some of these players are not regular first graders, but still been in the team. I'm going to go with Dylan Egan from the Dragons. Very sad about his injury, but I think that Dragons collectors will be happy with the young gun that will be Dylan Egan. For the Panthers, I'm going to go with Blaze Taulagi. He's obviously playing in the halves with Nathan Cleary. For the Bulldogs, I'm going to go with Blake Wilson. For the Warriors, I'm going to go with Tane Tuapiki as my pick for young gun signature. And the Tigers are not going to be happy because Lachlan Galvin is going to be the West Tigers young gun, which might be sought after. He's got a big future ahead of him. For the Rabbitohs, I'm going with Tallis Duncan. And the Sharks, I'm going with Sam Stonestreet. For the Broncos, I'm going with Xavier Willison. And the Cowboys, which will be sought after, I'm going with Jackson Purdue, who's got a big future ahead of him. Last two, for the Dolphins, I've got Max Plath. Very unfortunate about his injury. He's been a gun. And speaking of the Maroons here, for the Roosters, I've got Robert Toya. who's really set himself up in the centres long term. And these are my picks for the young guns. Next up, really hope they keep the spotlight patches and booklets this year once again. Now, I think they will do a Canberra Raiders one, which I think will be Corey Horsburgh. I think the Warriors will get a booklet for the first time in a while, and I actually think it'll be their young gun, Luke Metcalf, who could be another pick for the young gun, but I don't know. I think he'll get a spotlight signature. For the Dogs, I'm going to go with Reed Mahoney. I know he is on the outer, but I think they probably thought about it earlier, and I think Reed Mahoney hasn't really been used in Elite, and I think this is the year that they are going to finally do it. For the Newcastle Knights, I'm going to go with Adam Elliott as my pick. For the Dragons, I think they're going to get an NRLW patch, and I think it's going to be Bobby Law. For the Dolphins, a big collector here, I think Herbie Farmworth is going to get himself a spotlight booklet patch for the Dolphins. And I think the West Tigers haven't had one in a while either, so I think they're going to get one. And I think it will be Adam Dewey who gets the spotlight there, who, now that I think about it, it probably won't be Adam Dewey because he had a spotlight a few years ago. But I'm too far into making this video, and I have spent a lot of time making this list. Actually, it wasn't Adam Dewey, it was Josh Reynolds. So I'm sticking with it. Adam Dewey is my pick. With the insanely popular regular sellout of the NRL USA Vegas box, I'm going to say they bring back the Vegas redemption for the 4 team. Now, I think there's going to be some great signatures in there. For the Warriors, I'm going to say that it will be Wade, Egan, and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck getting the Vegas booklet. For the Canberra Raiders, I think it will be Xavier Savage and Jamal Fogarty, which might be his last Canberra Raiders card. For the Sharks, I think a big one here, great combination. I think it will be Nico Hines and Britton Nikora. And finishing off, a big one for the Penrith Panthers, the 4-time premiers, and this will be sought after. I think the double booklet will be Dylan Edwards and Isaiah Yeo. I think we will see a ball patch as well from the Maori Indigenous game. They have had Indigenous, I think, the last year or two. So I think it'll be a Maori turn, and I'm going to go with Chance Nickel-Cookster to be the patch for the final time. Now, for the Masters Series, we've had Billy Slater, we've had Jonathan Thurston, we've had Greg Inglis, we've had Brad Fittler. I think we go back to the Blues here. And I think that I'm onto something, that this year's Masters Series will be the New South Wales coach. I think that Laurie Daly will get a card. And I think it will be a Masters Series card, Masters Series Blues, maybe a Raiders, and I also think that there will be a Kangaroos one. So Laurie Daly is my pick for the Masters Series in this final 2025 Elite. Now, for the dual auto, I know I said very similar to this last year, but I just feel like it has to happen. We've had the Dolphins' inaugural year, Wayne Bennett, fantastic coach. We had the Panthers with Cleary's. We have to have Craig Bellamy. I know he's re-signed for another year. It's TLA's last year, though. This team has been great, and this coach has had dominance throughout his career. And I feel like last year I think that it would be Craig Bellamy and Cameron Munster. I feel like it could be that again, but let's go with Craig Bellamy and Ryan Pappenhausen, someone who is also amongst the card scene, but I feel like it has to be a Melbourne Storm dynamic duo. So this is the only card, the exclusive look we've had at 2025 Elite so far. Now, guys, that is going to bring this video to an end. I can't wait for 2025 Elite to come out. As soon as there is an official checklist or poster, I will make a video. But now, guys, I want you to have some fun. It'll take you some time. In the comments, I want you to predict 2025 Elite. Tell me your young guns, your league sensation, your Masters Series, your Vegas booklet. Let's talk about it. Let's get excited. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.